You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Breaking up with your big wireless provider has never been easier thanks to Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. Order today at mintmobile.com/daddies.
Yay Networks.
Parenting is such a breeze, oh, but it would bring you to your knees if it weren't for Chatty Daddies. Oh yeah, the Chatty Daddies.
Welcome to another episode of the Chatty Daddies.
It feels wrong to do an episode without Trey.
So I feel like, Nick, I was thinking about this. I feel like this is what those people that are in thruples or the like polyamorous relationships. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is what it's like if two of them sneak off,
right? And
then they,
Yeah, so Trey is out on paternity leave. We're going to give him a ring here shortly just to check in on him. So we're going to be Treyless for a little bit. Yeah. It's going to be really strange.
And we will have a special guest next episode of the Chatty Daddies.
Yeah, on the next episode, special guest.
We're trying to book him. He's very busy. Very busy man.
Yeah, he wasn't happy that I switched the day.
You know what?
Okay,
we're the stars here.
Yeah, full disclosure. So we were supposed to have our special guest on. It's one of our coworkers.
Yeah,
he's a great guy, Russ. We love him.
About to be a dad.
So perfect time to talk to him. Like coming up really soon. He's going to be a father.
Like in a month or so.
Yeah, really quick. He and his wife Alicia, they have been ready to have this baby for a long time. It's finally happening, and we're so happy for them. Anyways, we normally record on Mondays. That's generally the Chatty Daddies recording schedule.
You're right.
Sunday night, and we had booked this for like a month with Russ. It was a very long planning thing. And of course, me, since I no longer work at the Kid Craddock Morning Show, my schedule's kind of crazy. I'm the one that's always switching things up.
And I don't mind it because we're usually here anyway.
Y'all are always here. But like, I've got a different job. So like some days I'm in the office. Some days I'm able to come and record. Some days my schedule changes. I've got another podcast I'm messing with. So my schedule's just like crazy. And I'm the diva that's always like, hey, can we record on Fridays instead? Anyways, Sunday night at like 10 o'clock, I had a wild hair idea that I was going to do something fun with my son. And so I emailed JC and Russ like, hey, can we switch it? Russ, his schedule is booked up. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, you got some
marketing guru. And so he couldn't get it. Anyways, we're going to record with him on the next podcast.
I was a team player and said yes.
You're like, yeah, that's cool. Whatever. Okay, so here's why I switched the recording things up.
Yeah, what's up? What'd you do?
I think I did one of the best things I've ever done as a parent this past week.
Oh, one of the best ever?
I think it was one of the best ever calls that I've made as a father. We always talk about our mess ups. I want to celebrate myself for like a
success.
Big success. I had a perfect day with my son. Perfect. There was not one single problem with my son this past week on a special day.
Was this a son and dad date or was a whole family outing?
Here's what happened.
Okay.
Monday morning.
When you switched the recording.
When we should have been recording the podcast. Monday morning. Take my son to work. Davis, he's in first grade, 7 years old. Take him to school. Drop him off, no big deal, 7:30. See you later, bud. Pick you up after school. 9:30 rolls around. I walk up to school. I took the day off work.
Look at you.
I took a vacation day.
What's that like?
It was great.
Because we weren't able to do that.
Yeah, you're not.
It's tough to do it on
this. So,
this.
hey, new job. I could kind of take a vacation day.
New job, who dis?
Yeah, and so go up to work. And I pull him out of class. The people at the front desk are like, well, what are you taking your son out for? Like, I'm taking him to have a special day.
He has no idea.
He has zero clue.
I love this.
And he comes in and he's like confused. He's only been at school for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. He's like confused. He's like, what are we doing? And I'm walking him out to the car and I look at him and I go, Davis, I'm taking you to the fair.
Bro.
Took the day off work.
What a move.
Because I don't want to go to the fair on the weekends. We live
No.
in Texas, the State Fair of Texas. It's a huge ordeal.
It's
And
a whooping if you go on the weekend.
It is a whooping. It is. I mean, there's literally millions of people there on a weekend.
And I dare not go when it starts getting dark out.
Yeah.
Because it gets a little, there's a lot of like high school kids and they create ruckus and they're pranking and they're doing stuff. And it's just, I don't want to deal with that stuff.
We did go like 2 days after a shooting.
So there's that also.
So there's
that possibility.
It's not in the best area of the Metroplex of Dallas. Anyways, the best part of the day was me telling him we're going to the fair. I've never seen his face happier, more excited. It was wonderful. Like just telling him that, because I built it up in my head. Like, how's he going to react? Does he really understand what the fair is? Because he's never been.
Yeah.
And he was ecstatic. He was so happy. It takes 30, 45 minutes to get there. He was happy the whole way there. You got to park so far away. He was happy the whole time.
Not one complaint.
Not one complaint. And, he didn't really understand that the fair is really expensive. And like, we're not just going to do everything you see because everything costs like to go on a ride or a fun house. It's like $10 essentially. Yeah. And so he picked a bunch of fun houses. He didn't want a corn dog. He just wanted to eat his peanut butter jelly sandwich from school that like he had packed in his lunch. Great. That's great.
Saved you money.
Saved me money. But it was like great.
You created a core memory.
I created a... for
a fact.
I don't know for a fact. I'll know for a fact in like 20 years if that was a core memory. But he was saying all day how much fun he was having. I was saying all day how much fun I was having. We stayed there for like 6-7 hours. 0 things happened.
Let me tell you why it is a core memory. And I know for a fact it'll be for Davis. Because it is a big thing. But I feel like a lot of my core memories from when I was a kid came from unexpected things like these.
Do you have a core memory with your parents?
Yes, because when you brought this up, Nick, I automatically went to my core memory. And it's not as grand as what you did for Davis.
Like something just quickly popped in your head?
100%.
Well, there you go.
So I've talked about on the podcast that I didn't really have the most the most normal childhood or child. It was different. My mom was a single mom, teen mom. Married a young man who took the role of my father or my dad at a very young age. And those two basically spent my entire teen years and youth working a lot. I mean, gone. I spent a lot of the time by myself. And so I didn't really have those pull me out of school and take me somewhere cool moments. And I don't really have those, my dad and I played catch after school every day because he wasn't there. I don't have those. But one day, I remember it was New Year's Eve. My dad had been working a long shift on New Year's Eve. And I just, all my friends are talking about going on vacations because I grew up in like a suburb of San Diego and we were poor. My friends were middle class. They're all out of town. Yeah. They're all going on vacations. They're all doing this. And I remember feeling sad. I remember this. And I knew I wasn't going to be hanging out with any kids. And my dad came home, walked in, tired as can be. He had a little bag, a plastic bag. And I remember he walked past me, and our apartment was like 800, 900 square feet. Walks past me, goes by my room. I see him like throw something. And then he goes in, changes.
Into your room?
Into my room.
Oh, okay.
He changes and comes back out. My mom and I were sitting at the table, and we were having like a little New Year's Eve dinner. And he looked at me and he goes, I got you something. And I said, really? He goes, yeah, it's in your bedroom now. We were done eating and stuff. And I walked into my bedroom, and my dad had gone to Hollywood Video, which is like Blockbuster Video.
Sure.
And he rented me a video game. This baseball video game that I didn't really tell him I wanted to play. I didn't tell him I wanted it. We couldn't really afford video games. So if I played anything, it was rental.
Yeah.
So he rented me this video game of these aliens baseball. But I remember being so excited.
Yeah.
That he didn't have to do this. He walked in there and he picked something out so that I would have something to do because he knew all my friends were gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I played this video game for a day before we had to return it. To this day, I remember that.
That's awesome.
It's a core memory.
Yeah.
And I remember he walked in and he watched me play for about an hour and we were talking, and it was nothing crazy, nothing big, probably a throwaway day for him. I don't even know if he remembers this as well as I do, but I felt so freaking special because of that. And it created it created that core memory for me.
Well, that's awesome. That is a good core memory. He thought of you,
Yeah, man.
brought you out of your little bummed out slump.
I think about that too a lot as a dad now. I think about those little moments where I need to be more aware and more in the moment with my son and my daughter. Where like you never know what's going to be a core memory, because a core memory could also be a bad memory.
Yeah,
Like
that's
parents
true.
arguing, right? And so I'm very cognizant of that, and I'm trying to look for those moments where I can have I call it my Hollywood video moment for my kids. What's your core memory?
You know, I have had a little bit more time to think about this, and I came up with 3 things. I don't want to just commandeer the whole show, but there's 3 things that I remember of hanging out with my dad specifically, in no particular order of importance. 1, I remember playing Pee-wee football, and I remember I wasn't the best player, and I was the kind of a small kid, not a lot of athletic ability. My dad like made a deal with me. He was like, every time you make some sort of play, I'll give you $1 during a football game.
All parents do that.
Yeah. $1. And I remember I was playing defense, and my dad was holding the yard markers. So like the down markers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I remember throughout the game, I made 4 plays. Maybe it was a tackle, or I
an
had the ball
assist.
for a second, whatever it was. And I remember I made a tackle, and I remember looking over at my dad, and he held up a 1 to me. Like, that's $1. And then I remember I don't know, helped tackle someone else. He held up a 2. That's $2. And I just remember that. I was like, oh, that's cool.
They give you incentive to go
That
out.
was like nice. That was just really cool. Another thing that I remember playing just a horsing around game. My dad called it playing bull. I don't know I'm sure a lot of dads do this, but I mean, my dad would just like get on his hands and knees and pretend to be a bull and just like charge at us, me and my brother, and we'd run around and he'd try and charge at us and tackle us or whatever. And now I play that with my kids. It was such a fun game. You'd get on dad's back and ride around for a second. Now it's just like, I'll play this game for like 4 or 5 minutes and then I'm tired.
I'm tired.
This is a lot.
You don't want to be tired, but I'm tired.
Yeah, man, I'm tired. And then the last thing, kind of like with what you're saying, it was kind of like not a lot really happened during this, but we used to go mow my grandma's yard. My dad and I, his mom's yard. She lived 30 minutes away, so every Saturday, my dad and I would load up the lawnmower in the back of the van, drive 30 minutes to Granny's house, mow the yard, drive 30 minutes home. Nothing really happened. We didn't have any grand conversations, and I'm sure I was a a-hole teenager that wasn't talking during those rides.
Of course.
But that was a 2-3 hour round trip ordeal
And you still think about it?
every weekend for 5-6 years with my dad.
Wow. You know, another
You know?
core memory that just popped into
Yeah.
my head, and it actually translates into what I do now for a living. Because I remember my cousin had come up to visit us from Mexico, probably within the first year that we lived in the U.S. And so, because I remember the apartment that we were in, it was still in the hood, so I know we weren't in the suburbs yet. And my cousin had come visit, and my dad had found, I had this little tape player, and that's what I used to record myself on, watching a TV show called Married with Children to try to get rid of my accent and to hear what I sounded like speaking English. My dad found this, and he goes, "You've been recording yourself?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to I'm getting made fun of for my accent, and I'm trying to learn how to speak it a little bit better and enunciate." And he goes, it kind of sounded like a radio show, because I was reciting lines from Married with Children. And I was like, no, it's a TV show. And my cousin was there, and he goes, "Let's do a radio show." And we did. We did a radio show. I wish I could find this tape.
That'd be gold.
Made commercials.
Oh.
We made a song. We did breaks, a little bit. And I remember sitting there, it was probably like an hour and a half of my cousin and I and my dad doing this.
That's so much fun.
And it was so much fun. And I remember he was still wearing his Jack in the Box shirt, because he was working at Jack in the Box at the time. And then he said, "All right, got to go ready for my other job," and went and changed into his Wendy's shirt.
He went from a Jack in the Box to Wendy's?
Yeah, he worked at like 3
Okay.
different fast food joints. But in that 1 hour that he had a break, he came and did this radio show with us. And I remember thinking, man, that was so much fun. And I thought about radio from that moment.
Huh.
into high school when everybody told me it's not going to make you money, you're not going to do anything, into college. And I always had radio in the back of my mind until I finally said, you know what, screw it. I had so much fun as a kid doing it. Why don't go for it?
I mean, why not go for it?
And it worked out.
And okay, you say you did commercials as a kid.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear how you are as a professional.
As a professional?
And tell everyone about our friends at Mint Mobile.
Let's go ahead and do that. Let's talk about this very small type that I got to read right now. But signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped in a roller coaster. You know what I mean? From hell, by the way, this roller coaster. Sure, it looked like fun at first, but then they probably threw in a free phone, but now you can't get out of it month after month. It's insane bills, unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. Now, if that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get you a deal with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. And by the way, this is unlimited talk. You get unlimited text, unlimited data for just $15 a month. This is an awesome plan if you got a big family. You got a couple kids, boom, get them their first phone, $15 a month. Everybody's cool. You get in touch with them. Everybody's happy. Now you could use your own phone with Mint Mobile. You could bring your old phone number because that's a big, that's a big fear. I'm going to lose all my contacts. I'm not going to know how to get a hold of mom and dad. Nah, you bring your old phone. Everything's going to be all good. Ditch big wireless with Mint Mobile's limited time deal. Get premium wireless service for just $15 a month. Nick, why don't you hook it up with the call to action, sir?
To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/daddies. Again, that's mintmobile.com/daddies. Cut that wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/daddies. Now, I dusted off the old Chatty Daddy's Instagram.
Yeah, how's it doing?
Been a little dormant for a
Feel
while.
dormant? What's going on there?
I don't know who's running it, but whoever it is, they need to step their game up. But I mean, someone asked our followers on at the Chatty Daddies on social media, on Instagram. Sorry, it's just at Chatty Daddies. Asked our followers, what are core memories that you have with your parents?
Okay.
And we got so many good ones, and I can't wait to read a bunch of these with you. Listen to this. At Weekend Meredith wrote, my parents who never let me skip school to go to the Kid Craddock in the Morning Show Hanson concert.
What?
Dude, I'm probably this person's age. I remember the Kid Craddock Morning Show doing a Hanson concert, hearing it on the radio, and how chaotic it was. This was a huge event in the Metroplex. It was at the height of Hanson's fame.
Okay, I was going to ask because we've had Hanson here for a few times. This is when Hanson was booming.
This was Mbop.
Okay.
This was Mbop in the 90s. I remember hearing this. My parents didn't let me skip school.
That's cool.
That's really great.
I did something similar with Kaysen recently. I took him to go meet those some YouTubers.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Oh, will you take me?" And I said, "How many people are going to show up for a YouTuber? I've never heard of this guy. I'm in the loop of YouTube and all the social media." I showed up, Nick. There was a line about 2.5 miles long of people.
Oh my gosh.
And he was only there for 2 hours. And I sat there and I drove him and his friend out there. And they walked up to the front. They saw him. Mm-hmm. They came back. They're like, "Oh my gosh, he's there." And I said, "Yeah, this is going to take about 6 hours to get through."
Yeah.
And after about an hour, Kaysen and his friend finally go, "We can go, Papa." Oh. I was like, "Are you serious?" He goes,
What?
"Yeah." We got to see him. I was like, "You don't want to take a picture with him and say what's up to him?" And he goes, "Nah, man, it was cool. We got to go see what they look like in person, but the line's long." So I think that might be a core memory for Kaysen. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so let's see. I have another one here. They said, at E. Edens said, family group hugs before my dad went to work. I would sit on my older brother's shoulders. And they'd all have a big group hug together.
Oh, damn,
if that's not
bro.
the most wholesome core memory.
Y'all trying to make us
I don't know
cry,
what it is.
dude.
So Tony wrote us and said, horseback riding to wrangle up cattle with my dad. It made me feel like a real cowboy. Well, yeah, you are a real cowboy.
First of all, yeah, don't say you made you feel like a real cowboy. You are a cowboy, dude.
Stina wrote us and said, going to the sand dunes and riding quads. That sounds like a core memory I want to do.
These are such dad core memories, too, right now.
Yeah, well, of course.
Dad core.
Of course. Alicia wrote us and said, me and my dad watching bull riding. We would watch it all the time. Every time I see it on TV, I think about chilling on the couch with my dad and watching bull riding. That's pretty cool.
It is so cool.
When you're doing something now and you always think of your parents. A Street Life wrote us and said, going to the airport to pick my dad up from work. He traveled a lot, and that's when we could go meet him at the gate. See, we can't have that memory anymore of going to the gate.
No.
You can go to the curb. You can go to baggage claim.
I go to baggage. That's where I
Yeah.
always meet my kids, and they get so excited. But I wish we could do it like back then, where you could just go up to the gate and walk them out.
So, is it bad when I say I can't wait for this moment? But this will be a momentous moment. Carmstrong wrote us and said, going to Hawaii, and my parents let me buy my first alcoholic beverage. I remember my dad gave me my first sip of beer. We were on vacation, and my dad never drank beer. I don't know how old I was. He ordered a Sam Adams at dinner. I was like, can I have a drink? He said, sure. And it was awful. It was the worst drink I've ever had in my life.
I remember my first one too. And no judgment here, but we had gone down to Baja California, which is Mexico. We went to get lobster because it was really cheap down there. And my dad bought a beer, and he saw me looking. I was 14 years old. And he goes, you want one? And I looked at my mom, was like, is that allowed? And my mom goes, yeah, I mean, he's your dad. Do you want to try? And I was like, yeah. So I ordered my first ever beer. It was a Corona.
All right.
And that tasted like crap.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate it
Why are
at
people
all.
drinking this?
I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, seriously. ZJ wrote us and said their core memory is of gas station coffee and dad buying me a Twinkie or a grandma's cookie every morning is engraved in me forever.
So cool.
Ooh, the smell of coffee or a Twinkie? I don't know. I need to talk to your dad about buying you a Twinkie and a cookie every morning. That's not healthy.
But it's a core memory.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Tent camping at the lake every spring break. One year there was a bad storm and we had to sleep in our cars, but that was a core memory. That's from Miss Bianca. Miss Becca Nuts wrote us and said, I was one of 6 kids. My parents took me with them on a solo business trip. That makes you feel really special.
Yeah.
One of 6 kids and you're doing this? This is ridiculous. This person did something the same age as my son. My parents pulled me out of early from kindergarten to see the premiere of the first Rush Hour.
What?
That's so random.
Did you even understand what was going on in the movie?
I mean, to take your kid out of seeing a PG-13 movie.
Rush Hour?
You're 6 years old.
You
5
never
years
touch a
old.
black man's radio.
Oh, I remember. M. Chana. They wrote us and said, listening to the Eagles and Phil Collins on Sunday mornings with my parents. Do you guys do that? Do y'all just put on music?
We
in the
have,
house?
yeah, we are a house that has music on at all times. We're a very musical house.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm either playing the guitar and because I like to learn songs, or Kinsey has music playing always. Our
That's
house
good.
is never quiet. There's always something playing.
Let's see. Debbie Connors wrote us and said, a core memory is my dad playing Barbies with me, and he would let me comb his hair and paint his nails.
I do that.
We
with
all
my-
got it. We all got to do that, guys.
Dude, I'm starting to. Those times are fleeting now with my kids because Chloe's playing select soccer and she practices 5 times a week. So I feel like I barely see her.
Yeah.
And Kaysen is in middle school, dude, and it is. I see it ending.
Yeah.
I'm not in the up. I'm not going uphill now. I'm going on the downhill now
When
with my
that
kids.
time spent is less. And
Yeah,
less
man.
And less and less.
Enjoy it.
Let's see. I'll just read a few more here. Courtney Sutherland wrote us and said, my dad driving me to Dairy Queen for a blizzard one night and listening to the Spice Girls cassette tape. Oh, man. I love that.
One of my favorite things to do with my daughter is drive her to soccer and play Taylor Swift and just freaking sing it.
Jam.
Just sing it, dude. Well, we have a game now that we play, Nick, where we'll be singing a song and we turn down the volume, but we keep singing. And then we bring it back up to see if we're on tune. Like if we're still up with the song.
On that note, the most random artist, I'm thrilled about this, but the most random musician my son is now a fan of, like we have to listen to it every single day,
Yeah.
is a friend of ours, Tim Halperin.
He likes Tim Halperin?
My son loves Tim Halperin because I think one time, so you know how like when you turn your phone on Bluetooth on your car, it just plays like the first song in your iTunes?
Yeah.
I guess mine is All You Got by Tim Halperin because it starts with an A.
And that's a great song.
It's a great song. It's a kids song.
Yep.
And I have a version that like Tim basically donated all the proceeds to Kids. And so it has kids on the song. So it has little kids talking throughout it. My son loves that song and loves another Tim Halpern song called Tell Me What You Need. And we jam it every single day going to school.
Tim Halpern is awesome.
He's great.
He's an awesome human. You should actually listen to Tim's music. In fact, let's give him a little spike on his listens. He would be like, "What the hell happened?"
He was a friend of the Kid Craddock Morning Show. He's since
still
is. He's since moved to Nashville, and like his songs get played on like every major like talent show.
Yeah,
like. You know how they play like hype music when someone gets the golden buzzer?
Yeah.
They've used his song as the golden buzzer like 100 times.
He's a good jingles. He's a great jingle writer. He's an awesome guy.
Anyways, so we listened to a lot of that, which is really good.
He's a dad now too.
He is a dad. I think he has 2 or 1 on the way or something.
Congrats,
so
Tim.
those are all the core memories that from us and from our listeners.
Appreciate you guys reaching out with your core memories. That's really, really cool. And I just hope we're making good ones, Nick.
You know, I really hope so. I hope it was a core memory.
I think it is. I would bet money that's going to be a core memory for Davis. 100%.
All right, so let's give our partner in crime, Trey Peart, new daddy of 2, a little ring and check in on how life is with a new bundle of joy.
He's probably changing so many diapers. You think he got peed on yet?
First question.
Hello.
What up?
Hey, Trey.
How's it going?
You're on the Chatty Daddies.
Don't cuss.
Okay, so now I was trying to figure out why Nick Adams is calling me instead of our studio phone line, and now I put it all together. Y'all are recording in a different room.
Yeah.
We decided to do an away game.
Gotcha.
Trey, how's life with a new bundle of joy?
Fantastic.
Have you gotten peed on yet?
Oh, several times. I've got a quick story about pee, if you'd like to hear it.
Sure. I would love a pee story.
So we were in the hospital, newborn baby. It took Kara 17 minutes from the time they said, "Okay, it's time to push," to the time that he actually was in the world.
Whoa,
superhuman!
Quick, unbelievable. And then we waited for a couple hours and didn't see a pee diaper. Like, oh no. Then we changed him a couple times from poop. He had the really sticky, tarry poop for a little while.
What's that called?
Mercum? Mercurium?
That's like black tar looking stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. And so then, there was a couple of those, but no, just urine. And finally we got one. We got one whenever we were changing the diaper. He peed a little bit. Several hours later goes by, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't pee for a long time again. What is going on? It's been like 7 hours since he's peed. Finally, we change his diaper again. And he pees all over me. Couple of pee diapers, but not enough for a brand new baby. But they discharged us from the hospital anyway. They're like, it'll be fine. He's good. He's pooping. He's doing fine.
I don't like when they say he'll be fine when I feel like he's not fine.
I mean, I wasn't really thinking too much about it. The doctors, the people that know what they're doing, said, "Go home.
True.
Do your thing." Well, so that's day 3 of Hudson being in this little world, and hours and hours and hours go by. And the one recommendation from the doctors before we got discharged was, if you don't see a pee diaper in 24 hours, you'll need to go to the emergency room. So the 24-hour mark comes by, and we're like, I guess we're going to the freaking emergency room.
Gotta go back.
And honestly,
like 6 minutes after we got home, like 6 hours after we actually got home from the hospital, we were actually going back to the hospital.
Yeah, you literally were just in a hospital.
And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, oh, we're being overprotective parents. Terrible. Like, just, he's going to pee. It's fine. He's peed twice. So we go to the emergency room. The doctor's like, yeah, this is not great. Like, we're going to put him on an IV, and then we'll get an ultrasound to make sure that, like, his kidneys are formed and his bladder's formed. And, like, holding your pee, I'm like, that's impossible for him to hold his pee for 24, now 25, 26 hours. No human could possibly do that. And so we go, and like, I'm worried. I'm like, do they even do kidney transplants on 3-day-old babies? What in the world is this? This is going to be worst case scenario. What's going on? So they go to the ultrasound. And I'm trying to ask as many vague questions as I can on this ultrasound where they're checking to make sure his kidneys work, because the tech can't answer. I'm like, hey, does that look like a kidney to you? Is that everything working okay? They can't say anything. And so I'm like, hey, would liquid show up on an ultrasound? And she's like, yeah, it would be black. And I see like black all over the screen. I'm like,
Right.
well, that doesn't help. You know what an ultrasound? Ultrasound is black and white.
It's all black.
So there's a lot of pee.
Right. So it's either a lot of pee or I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm not a medical professional. Anyway, so we end up going back to the room, waiting. They said his kidneys look fine. His bladder looks fine. Everything's good. He's been eating just fine. Who cares? We've been pumping him full of fluids with the IV. We've been breastfeeding him. Kara's been breastfeeding him over and over. We finally give him some formula.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor's like, we just need to make sure. We can't measure anything. Anyway, after 31 hours, Kara just goes, I'm going to he's going to sit here with his diaper off until he pees. Like, I tried to do things. I was trying to do like old high school tricks where you put his hand in a bowl of warm water. I told that to the doctor. And he's like, what's the harm in trying it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, what's the harm in trying it is not
medical advice.
Right. Like I'm the one coming up with the ideas here, guys.
Yeah, it's like a dude laying on the ground and going like, should we do this EKG? What's the harm of trying? You gotta go for it.
Okay, so finally, after 31 hours, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. We have a babysitter here with Quaid, making sure that he's okay, because we didn't want to take him to the hospital. He finally peed more than like Niagara Falls.
Oh my gosh!
All over Kara. And my favorite part of the whole thing is Kara has not wanted. She's been embarrassed about her belly button because it was just like a smooth, flat belly, and finally, once she gave birth, her belly button came back. And so it's a little stretched out still from being all pregnant, but it was like a huge bowl of pee right in the middle of her stomach. But she was very happy. I was very happy, and it ended up being just fine and not an overreaction. The doctor was like, no, you definitely, anytime that somebody doesn't pee for 24 hours,
it's a thing.
You should come in. But
did Hudson, when he peed after 31 hours and not peeing, did he do the sound?
Yeah.
Did he have like the ultimate set of shivers, like pee shivers, like whoo?
Oh, that was Austin Powers when he does the squirt, the extra squirts.
I was thinking like maybe the equipment wasn't fully formed, like the urethra, like maybe the hole wasn't very big or something.
Yeah, it was something with the irrigation system.
Yeah. The sprinkler system wasn't set.
I had thought I was like, well, I saw him pee twice in the hospital, like. Maybe something like there was something that got blockage in there, but a blockage is fine. Like we can fix a blockage even if it's surgery. That's scary, but it's fine. But not having formed kidneys is, in my mind, a death sentence. I don't know, but so that was whenever they said something along those lines. That's when I really this is a real situation, and it was a panicked couple of hours till the ultrasound was available for us.
Man, what's up with second kids always having something like giving you the scaries?
You just like to be the center of attention.
That happened with me and Chloe. That happened with Trey and Hudson.
So since then, the urine, no problem.
Urine's no problem. He's peed through 40 diapers. We've had to do laundry 30 times, and we're of course glad for that.
Did you ever think you'd be so happy to see pee?
I know. Exactly.
Like, oh my gosh.
Are you guys going to nickname Hudson Whiz?
Yeah, he's the Whiz Kid.
Whiz Kid. I love it. But Kara's doing good. I mean, y'all have posted a couple pictures. She seems like a rock star. Seems like nothing happened. She's like beaming. She's beautiful. She's just so happy.
So we went to like a pumpkin patch the other day with like bounce houses and stuff. And I'm trying to be overprotective person like I always am with Kara, and like she's like just had like a huge medical event, and she's like sliding down slides and climbing through obstacle courses and stuff. I'm like, is this okay? She's like, I feel great. I feel wonderful. So that has been very lucky. Last time with Quaid, she was like not bedridden, but like she was like, I'd prefer to just sit down and do nothing. And now she's like, no, get up, let's go do something. Let's go to the park for a little bit. Let's go do something. So she's had a really good recovery. I think that's because Hudson came sliding out real quick.
Yep. I love that you described it that way. How's
she'll appreciate it too.
Sliding right out.
Sure, I'm sure.
How's Quaid handling being a big brother?
loves it. Every morning he wakes up and he goes, "Is baby here?" And he'll run in and give Hudson a kiss. I think whenever grandparents come around, or people that don't are always doting on him, and he's the focus of attention, I think that he's trying to get a little more attention, and there may be a little regression whenever grandparents come over and want to hold Hudson, look at Hudson, and Quaid's not getting much attention. He kind of it's like, "Mah."
Yeah.
He's a little bit whiny, but if it's just the four of us, he's the sweetest little kid in the world. He'll let whoever's not holding Hudson. He kind of gets that's his person right then. He's like, "Oh, Dad's holding Hudson. Well, then, Mom, what are we doing?"
Yeah,
Smart man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Trey, it sounds like life's pretty good right now.
It's been pretty sweet. Like, I get to just hold a little baby in the morning while Quaid's at school, and then in the afternoon, I've been taking Quaid to different parks. So don't tell the bosses, but I do feel like this has been an extended vacation. Like, it's been pretty nice. And I know not everybody's pregnancies or births or having their kids go that well. I'm very lucky, I know. But so thanks for letting me take a couple weeks off.
You did have to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, you did have scaries.
Right after he was born.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't all smooth.
No pregnancy is as picture perfect as it might seem on social media.
Yeah.
Well, Trey, maybe when do you get off of your paternity leave?
It would be the 26th of October. I will be back in the studio for the Kid Credit Morning Show. You should check your local listings and list it.
Thank you, Trey, for that plug.
Well, on the next episode, we're talking to Russ. And then on the episode after that, Trey will be back on the podcast.
Exactly.
All right. We'll mark it down on the calendar.
Well, Trey.
All right. What are y'all talking about today?
Oh, well, we were talking about core memories. So I shouldn't sign off yet because I texted you to tell us a core memory with your parents.
Yeah. What's yours, Trey?
Yeah. So I came up with two that I think were pretty big in my memory. The first one was from when I was like, I don't know, 4 or something. I had a bedspread that it looked like an NFL football field, just with the numbers and touchdowns and all that, and it had little logos of all the helmets at the time in the 90s. My dad and I would take those little like footballs you get from like a car dealership that you have like their little logo on, and they throw out at high school football games, and we'd play football, running back and forth, and he'd try to tackle me, or I'd move around to get a touchdown and spike the football. That's cute. That's the one that I would, whenever you're like happy memory, that's the one that I'm really going back to. The other one was I'm drawing a blank now. It's also with my father. Oh, because the other ones are just like bad. Like I remember my dad like cut his finger really bad on like he gave me a pocket knife for the first time. And I was like, this is the greatest thing of all time. And so he opened it up, and as he opened it up, he split his pointer finger, and again had to go to the emergency room to get some stitches. And
wait, he gave you a knife and cut himself?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
Look at how great this is.
What a dad move. What a dad move.
Like if anything sounds like Homer Simpson,
that's it right there.
Oh, but so those I guess are two ones that jumped out of me. I mean, it was a fun memory. I got to keep the knife. Loved it.
Sure.
Trey's theme today is emergency room. I don't know if you picked that up.
That's right.
It is.
Well, Trey, keep enjoying your time off with your family. Keep getting your nest in order. Keep
doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Make those core memories.
Wait, did you guys do newborn photos?
Yes.
Yeah.
For both.
Okay, because I have a couple of things. Whenever I get back here in 2 weeks, there's like not a note, but like in the disclaimer thing that the photographer sent out to me, I got a little annoyed by something that was in her disclaimer, and I'd like to share that with you.
Perfect.
Good tease.
Yeah.
Good tease. Can I add to the tease?
Go ahead.
Can I tell you how I ruined one of our newborn pictures?
Oh, yeah.
You ruined it?
In my eyes, no. In my wife's eyes, yes.
And if anybody wants to laugh, just look up newborns pooping at picture.
Because people always hold them naked and like they're gonna pee, just like Hudson does without his diaper.
Oh, they're hilarious. Look those up; it'll get you in a good mood.
All right, Trey. We'll talk to you here in a few weeks. Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Here, stay on for our sign off.
Yeah.
I'm Nick.
I'm Trey.
I'm JC.
And don't forget, stand up straight.
There's a delay. Yeah,
there's a delay on the phone. All right. See you, Trey.
Bye, Trey.
Bye.